Roger again from In the Dark Paranormal, and I've got my team here behind me. I'm going to introduce everybody, and this is their little girl, Bella. She's a doll. Don't pay no attention to her though. Today we're going to be talking, and I'm going to introduce you guys to my team, and we're going to be talking a little bit about angels and demons. And my son Colton's sitting over here this way, so he's camera shy. So he won't come up here and sit with us. Yeah, and I'm gonna discuss some things with him. The bordello and stuff like that. And anyway, just everybody introduce yourself. This is Katrina Hagen. This is Star Chilcutt, and this is her husband Scott Chilcutt, and this is Bella right here walking around. Okay. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is actually, you guys really haven't said too much to me about this, but what are you guys' thoughts on the bordello? Anything about what's going on, about money and all that stuff that's going on with it? I know you got something to say, Scott.
Well, I kind of think that it's a little bit of a ripoff, especially for such a small house.
Yeah.
There isn't really a lot of room. Bella!
Take two!
There's not a lot of room for a big investigation team. And, if it was, if it was like Ghost Adventures Crew or something like that, I could see $500. But we're talking small town teams that know a lot more of the history about the place than just a team that came out of nowhere, investigated it, and just took it over.
Yeah.
It seems a little ridiculous in my opinion to do something like that. What I would rather see them do is, open it up, charge a nominal fee, $50-$100 for an investigation, and then
over a little bit if you want to. Remember, guys, this is unedited, straight from the cuff. So we got a little. How old is she? Three.
She's three.
She's 3 years old. She's over here singing to us right now, and playing with the little iPhone, and she's being good. That being said, I just want your opinion. Do you think the bordello is really haunted?
The one time that I was in there with you, the first time I met you, and seeing that shadow figure, haunted. I don't know if it's haunted per se because I haven't investigated it much. Spiritually active?
Yes.
Yes.
There's definitely something there.
I agree.
You agree?
Because I'm still.
Me and Kat was there. We were there during the day after the renovations.
Yeah, and Colton was there.
And Colton was there too. But he don't want to come on camera and tell you about it. But stuff was happening to us during the day.
Yeah.
They were whistling at us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we thought we heard someone say yes, like coming up the staircase or something.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley and I thought that we had, but we're not really sure if somebody else maybe was in the house or something.
The one time that I was in there, the main thing that I got from it was, that one back corner of the house on the bottom floor, right by the back exit where we normally came in and out.
Like the kitchen area?
The kitchen area, yeah. Something kept drawing me to that area.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I can't remember why. And then standing in that doorway upstairs and just feeling all of a sudden wanting to cry. Those two things really stuck in my head.
Well, I've had a lot of people tell me that when they walk in that bordello, they just want to like cry. It's like one gal said when she walked up the stairs and got to the second floor, that she went in. Actually, I think it was the attic. Julie was telling me she went up there, and the minute she got to the top of the steps, it felt like she just wanted to start bawling and crying, and she had to leave. Well, and I've had a lot of people tell me that it's a sad place. It's full of sad energy, and is it the Stuffelbacks? I don't know.
See, I don't know either. For all we know, it could have been the local saloon at that point in time, and they just had, everybody come in and out. It could have been the Stuffelbacks. It could have been miners from the area. Anybody and everybody could have just mingled that, because in those times, if I remember my history right, the saloon was the basic hangout for everybody in town.
Yep.
Except for maybe the teetotalers and the preachers. But even then, they would go in to visit with someone. If someone died, it was normally held at the saloon.
There was probably, back in them days too, there wasn't no gun control laws.
No.
Right.
So all them miners probably had guns on their hip.
Exactly.
Cowboys walked in there with guns on their head.
Yeah.
And you know there had to be somebody getting shot part of the time.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Now this is my next question. The spirit box session that we did there, you remember the spirit box session that we did with
Yes.
Kara,
Yes.
right? And we got all those responses, and when we asked if Ma and Nance was there, and we got that voice that said, yeah, remember? Now,
See, that's, I believe in the paranormal, but I don't. I'm still kind of.
Star's our team skeptic, by the way.
But that night, I heard something on Kira's
Spirit box.
spirit box. And I mean, it was very,
And getting that.
very
mind you-
active,
And mind you, this went on for 28 minutes. That's the whole length of it.
Yes.
When you listen to it from beginning to end, it's 28 minutes. And not every paranormal investigator can say that they had that many responses.
I mean, it was just
within
boom,
a 20,
boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
There's one after another. Yes, I'm here. What was that one we caught Edward saying his name? One of
Yeah.
the brothers saying
Yeah.
Edward.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of women's names like Tina and
Atlas.
Alice and
That's the one that I remember.
Yeah.
Because it just,
Yeah.
it was.
plus
there.
some of them were intelligent too, because
Yes.
remember we asked them, what year is it? It took them a
2000.
while. It took them a
Yeah.
while to answer, but they were like 2000, and they had to stop and pause and say
12.
12. It's
Yeah.
all on there, and I've even offered to give everybody, that doesn't believe that what I'm telling them about that. I'll burn it off for them. I'll give it to them. They can listen to it and make up their own mind about it. But Katrina wasn't on my team then. She was going through some stuff,
Yeah.
but she's back now. And what you're sitting there not saying nothing. What?
I really wasn't there for what you guys were talking about. That's just kind of why I'm.
Okay,
That's the only reason.
okay. So you think it's haunted?
You're asking me. I don't.
Let me put it to you this way.
I mean, I wasn't.
Before the renovation, when you walked in that place, did you get a creeped out feeling?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. And did it ever feel like anybody was touching you, or did you ever have any problems breathing while you were in there, like something was up in your face
No.
or anything like that? No.
But something was watching me. I've had that feeling in there while I was there, but
I told you the story about what happened to me in the attic, right? Did I ever tell you guys that story what happened to me in the attic?
I think so.
We were upstairs. I was with Larry Forney. That's when we were lights out, paranormal. And I was upstairs. We had the EMF detector, the ghost box, or the ghost meter, whatever they call that thing, right? And when I stood up there, it blinked a couple times. We wanted to know if there's anybody there with us, right? So it blinked a couple times, and then it got to the point where that meter was just going off constantly. I mean, it was like it wouldn't shut off. The needle was pegged, and the light was just like flashing real bright. And, I mean, constantly, and it was like something. I was having a hard time breathing. It was like something was trying to take me over. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? And it was so uncomfortable. That was the first time I ever felt like that. It was very uncomfortable. It felt like they were just like ganging up on me, right? And I finally hightailed it down the stairs, and I started feeling a little better. But then when I was standing down in that room where the prostitute was supposedly murdered, my legs started getting real tingly, you know, and I mean, as far as the uncomfortable feeling, it started going away, but I started getting real tingly all over, like somebody was just like touching me, you know, just touching me, right? Well, 2 weeks after I investigated that house, I had that heart attack. I almost died. So I don't know. I haven't been able to put my finger on. Maybe they were trying to tell me that something was wrong with me, or if they were just trying to be mean to me, or what the deal was. But I never. My point that I'm trying to make is, after that happened to me, I never felt right after that for a long time. Go downstairs and get my charger. Hurry up. Oh, never mind. I got it here.
He's already gone.
I got it. Sorry about that, guys. My battery went low. All right. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, if they were trying to tell me something that I wasn't right, or that I wasn't healthy, or they was trying to reach out to me.
Well, that could be a great segue into what you wanted to talk about. You know, like we were discussing over supper tonight.
Oh, it's raining over me.
Yeah,
You see
that's
that?
like.
That was a little prop there. That was a little fun deal
I
there.
was like, what's going on?
That's pretty cool.
Is that going to be on the video?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I just had a rain cloud over my head, and it was raining on me. So.
You know, it could be good spirits versus darker spirits. You know, wanting to, you know, the good spirits trying to warn you and give you some sort of idea of what might happen within the next, you know, in a time frame. So, you know, there's always that possibility too.
Okay. Are we done with the bordello? We don't want to discuss that anymore.
I guess.
Pricing? What do you think? Too high?
I won't pay it. No.
I
I'm not
agree.
gonna pay it.
It's very
Okay.
high.
Because, you know, a lot of people just make minimum wage, maybe a little bit more.
It's not one to turn off.
There we go. There we go.
What?
I think it's.
Rain,
Oh, I can do this too.
Hey, wait, you
Bam.
do Scott.
Watch this. Bam!
And there's the rain coming.
We don't want no more of this stuff. Get rid of that. Get it out of here.
Oh gosh.
All right. If that pops up again, we're going to have to start this video all over again.
I think it's cool.
Just a little humor going on here with In the Dark Paranormal.
Yeah.
It's a resident spirit. He's messing with it, letting us know that he's still got his sense of humor.
Yeah. Marcus, you can, if you're here, you can talk to us. We don't care. We're used to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the subject. I called Prosperity Bed and Breakfast and talked to some guy there, and he said that they charge paranormal investigators $150 to investigate. But if you don't want nobody else there, and you want the building all to yourself, they tack on $100 for each room that's empty. So that's $400 plus the $150. That's what that's $550 if you want that place to yourself for the night. That's ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. Insane.
Yeah.
Insanely ridiculous. Carthage Opera House. I don't know if a bunch of you guys are aware of that. I don't know how much they charge, but I know PSL's got their claws in that. Lisa Martin charging everybody an arm and a leg to investigate places of historical value, mind you. That's what really ticks me off about that. Is these buildings are supposed to be historic buildings, you know, but yet these owners are allowing these paranormal teams to come in here and make money for them, and they don't care if anybody can afford to do it or not. So I'm not done with this part of it, because I'm gonna start calling around, and I'm gonna start making a database of all these places that are ripping people off, especially paranormal investigators that are ripping people off, saying they want to get famous, and
it takes work to become famous.
It takes a lot of work to become famous. It's just by chance that Nick and Aaron and Zach from Ghost Adventures, they started with one camcorder. They went into Goldfield Hotel and shot their own documentary, turned it into the Travel Channel, and Travel Channel liked it. So they hired him to come on and do Ghost Adventures. And as far as I know, this is season 8 of Ghost Adventures, and they're not going to renew it. This is the last. I believe this is the last season.
I thought they had renewed it.
I thought they had too, but
this is season 8 that's coming out now. Okay. They renewed it for season 8, and then after season 8, they don't know if they're going to come back or not. So that's just what I read.
They may
that there may be a chance that Ghost Adventures is not going to be on TV much longer.
Well, they may.
But you guys heard about that story, didn't you? It was on my last video I did about that TV show. Russell got a hold of the producer to come down here to the Bordello. He was trying to get Ghost Adventures to come down here.
Yeah.
And Russell told him if they come down here, they will get activity. They will get activity. Trust me. And the producer told him that didn't matter. If they didn't get nothing, they would add stuff.
Bella.
So now.
Bella.
No.
So now it makes, whenever I watch that show, it makes me wonder how much of that stuff they're faking and how much of it's actually real. You know?
Agree.
So
I agree.
So you know, I've already covered that subject in my other video. So I really don't want to get started on that.
Yeah.
I'll be talking forever. And,
we'll have to have a discussion.
We got a little one up here, so I want to kind of keep it family oriented tonight, you know,
Yeah.
with no cussing and stuff like that. So, okay, I'm gonna go around this way now.
Okay.
Okay. How did you get interested in the paranormal?
I got interested because of something that had happened to me when I was little.
There you go.
It was, I was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, and I swear to this day there was a snake that dropped down from my ceiling and started talking to me. And it was,
You're part Slytherin.
I guess, and then I would have dreams of this little girl, and she pretty much told me how she died. And once I put all the pieces together, I don't dream about her. So I, when I found out that you had a team, I was like, I really want to, do this. I want to find out more about it.
And how long did this little girl follow you around?
Oh, she followed me probably from about the time I was 10 up until a year ago, or 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah. And I think you brought her here.
I think I did too.
Because she stopped having all these weird feelings, and ever since that time, every time I do an EVP session up here, I get this voice of a little girl saying hello to us in an English accent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or was she English?
Yeah, she was.
In an English accent.
It was the weirdest thing.
And we can't figure out what her name is. She thinks it's Jael. JL, whatever, JL. But
it could be anything.
I don't know. Maybe now to our point about angels and demons. All right. See, this girl is a Catholic. This girl's Catholic.
I am Catholic.
She's grown up Catholic.
Yes.
And most Catholics don't believe in the paranormal.
But I do.
But she does. So, my first experience with the paranormal was right after my brother drowned. when I was 6. And I swear to God, he followed me until I was 15 years old. And then all of a sudden, I used to have doctors called them night terrors. And I would literally wake up when I was, young. I would literally wake up and see my brother sitting on the bed trying to talk to me, and it would freak me out. And I just freaking, at the time it scared me. And there it is raining
There's
again.
the rain cloud.
Get your umbrella out, Star.
I'm getting some water.
We gotta fix that, man. I can't.
Oh, I think it's entertaining.
You think it's entertaining?
Yeah.
I don't.
And now it's over
Thank you.
Now it's over me now. Somebody hit a wrong button or something because
That's not
now
a rain
we're.
cloud. That's a steam cloud.
It is the same cloud.
So yeah, we'll just go with the flow here. We add a little bit of comedy to In the Dark Paranormal.
Yeah.
Okay, demons. I don't know about if I really believe in them or not.
I think they're real.
You
I
think
think-
demons
I
are
Oh,
real?
yeah.
I think they are
definitely.
too.
All right.
I really do.
Okay.
Well, it's like the point I made downstairs earlier. If God has His Trinity and His angels, then why couldn't Satan have his Trinity and his angels, which we would term demons?
Well,
Yeah.
Satan was kicked out of heaven, right? Because
Exactly.
he wanted to start his own.
He wanted to take over heaven
Yeah.
from God.
So,
he was banished from heaven to hell,
and
and
didn't he have some followers?
he had
in-
followers that
so-
went with him.
So they were probably turned into demons. I don't know.
Okay. But for teams to make demonology the only paranormal afterlife is like not. It's not.
I
My
I
take
see
on
your
that
point.
is I grew up in the Lutheran Church. It's a break off of the Catholic religion, right?
Mhm.
Okay, after my dad died, the Catholics weren't her thing. So she broke us off. We went to the Lutherans, and their beliefs really ain't that far off from each other, except for they don't worship the Virgin Mary or what is
Well, actually, Catholics don't worship Mary or the saints. They don't actually worship her. They will pray to her in times of need. There are special prayers that are sent directly to her, but we actually worship God and Him alone.
that? Okay.
We do worship, well, yeah, Him, and then we do worship Jesus as well, but not necessarily worship Him, just we see Him as the Son.
Okay.
But this Mary and the saints we don't actually worship.
Okay.
That we just
Well,
pray to
see,
them.
in the Lutheran religion and any Christian religion, Jesus was the Son. He died for our sins,
Yeah.
and we praise Him, and we also praise God. And really, to tell you the truth, I really don't want to get into my take because I'm such a confused person when it comes to religion. It's basically, I'm like, if you can't feel it or you can't touch it, and you can't. People say, well, the paranormal's not real, but then somebody tells me that angels and demons are real, but you can't see them, you can't touch them. I mean,
See, I'm the same way about the paranormal. It's like
that stupid rain cloud is driving me crazy.
It hasn't moved.
So,
Why is it doing this?
I don't know. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.